He will be sued, and I say will be because nothing has been filed yet, by at least 120 people in the next 30 days.
Today in a New York federal courtroom, Sean Diddy Combs told the judge he was, quote, a little nervous. The rap mogul's criminal trial began this morning. He is trafficking, racketeering, and more.
Just when you thought the Diddy scandal couldn't possibly get any darker, the FBI went ahead and pulled the rug out from under Hollywood's feet. We're talking underground bunkers, secret tunnels, and what some are calling a literal private prison hidden beneath the estate of Sean Diddy Combs. Buckle up because this story is spiraling faster than anyone can keep up with, and the details are nothing short of disturbing. It all began with whispers. Then came the lawsuits. Now the feds are knee-deep in Diddy's private properties, and what they're finding is enough to make even the most jaded Hollywood insiders squirm. We're talking about dark, claustrophobic tunnels running under his mansion, complete with sealed rooms and evidence of long-term use. And here's the kicker. Some of these tunnels allegedly stretch beyond Diddy's property, linking to other estates. Yeah, it's giving secret society realness, and the internet is absolutely losing it. This isn't just about one man's downfall. It's about what might be a much bigger and scarier network of power, secrecy, and exploitation. The FBI's raids have already turned up a mountain of evidence, from hidden video recordings to encrypted digital files. But now, reports are confirming the existence of a concealed underground facility, a literal prison. And people are asking the obvious: who was being held down there? And for what? Let's rewind for just a moment. Diddy is currently at the center of a massive legal firestorm. Federal prosecutors have charged him with trafficking, racketeering, and other deeply serious crimes. More than 100 people are expected to file suits within the next month, and some insiders say that number could climb to the thousands. What started with Cassie Ventura's bombshell allegations has cracked open a vault of terrifying stories involving coercion, abuse, and secret gatherings so twisted, it's hard to even say them out loud. Cassie painted a horrifying picture of life behind the scenes with Diddy, detailing so-called freak-offs, where women were forced into humiliating and degrading acts for the pleasure of Diddy and his entourage. Her lawsuit was just the beginning. Since then, dozens of others have come forward with eerily similar accounts. These aren't just angry exes or disgruntled employees. These are survivors, finally brave enough to speak the truth after years of silence.
Centerpiece of a lot of what happened during direct testimony were freak-offs. And what the prosecution tried to show was that he forced and/or coerced her into doing these freak-offs. And we've talked about this earlier this week, that at least my opinion is that in a lot of these, the prosecution just didn't close the loop. It was something she felt.
But now, things have taken a sharp, terrifying turn. With the discovery of what appears to be an underground prison beneath one of Diddy's homes, investigators are digging deeper, literally and figuratively. According to sources close to the case, federal agents found multiple hidden rooms and a vault sealed beneath concrete. And guess what was inside that vault? Tapes. Dozens of them, each labeled with cryptic codes and dates. The content of those tapes? Still under wraps, but early leaks suggest they might show footage from the infamous parties Diddy hosted, including the alleged freak-offs and other private events that many in the industry whispered about for years. If that's true, these tapes could not only confirm the worst fears, but also implicate others. And let's be clear, that's the part Hollywood is dreading, because if Diddy goes down, he's not going down alone. Now, let's talk about those tunnels again. Sources say that some of these passages may connect to nearby estates, and that's where this story stops being about one man and becomes a much larger conspiracy. It's giving Epstein Island. It's giving secret passages under the Playboy Mansion. And now, people are asking the question that's been hanging in the air for years. Is there an elite network operating behind the scenes in Hollywood? We've seen reports from neighbors who said luxury cars were often seen pulling up late at night. Private security was tight, and nobody ever really knew what went on inside. But it wasn't just a rich man's party, not with locked doors, surveillance blind spots, and now a hidden dungeon. Add in masked figures, strange rituals, and disappearing guests, and suddenly the freak-off stories don't sound so far-fetched. Let's not forget, Diddy's own legal team hasn't exactly helped his image. In one court filing, they described him as dishonest, promiscuous, and manipulative. And that's from his own lawyers. One of his attorneys even claimed that Diddy's alleged behavior stemmed from personal trauma. But what about the trauma inflicted on others? Survivors are now testifying that they were lured in with promises of fame, fortune, or even just basic safety, only to be exploited, drugged, and silenced.
Dishonest, violent, horrible. A promiscuous swinger who lied to and cheated on multiple partners. Incredibly, that's how Sean Diddy Combs' own lawyers described the billionaire music mogul, currently facing serious trafficking charges in a New York court.
We also need to talk about the digital evidence. Investigators have reportedly found encrypted messages and financial transactions tied to offshore accounts, payments to unidentified individuals, coded instructions, hidden folders, all the hallmarks of a tightly controlled operation. The theory is that Diddy may have built a system not just to exploit, but to protect and finance it too. And those digital fingerprints might be what ultimately ties everything together. And then there's the human element. Survivors are testifying under aliases with court-mandated anonymity. The trauma they describe is staggering. One woman said she was monitored 24/7, cut off from her family, and threatened when she tried to leave. Another claimed she was offered a large payout, hush money, to disappear. And yet, they're all speaking now. That alone tells you just how serious this is.
I want to start with alleged victim number 4, who goes by the name Mia. It's an alias. She is one of the people who is testifying where the judge has granted her anonymity. She is on the stand, but everybody in the courtroom has been warned. Do not reveal her identity. Do not even give a physical description of her.
The underground prison has become the symbol of this entire mess. A dark, hidden place where secrets were kept, voices were silenced, and victims were allegedly held against their will. The fact that it exists at all should terrify everyone. It's not just the visuals. It's the implication that someone with money and power thought they could create a hidden world where normal laws didn't apply. And what happens when those tapes surface? If they do show what people think they do, this scandal could be the biggest reckoning the entertainment world has ever seen. Think about it. Powerful figures, celebrities, even politicians, all connected through one man's secret empire of abuse and control. If even half of what's being alleged turns out to be true, the entire foundation of Hollywood's inner circle might be shaken. And that's exactly why you're seeing panic behind the scenes. Lawyers are scrambling, publicists are spinning, and some big names are already distancing themselves. But here's the thing. This time, it might be too late. With the FBI uncovering new evidence almost daily and survivors continuing to come forward, this case is only gaining momentum, and the truth, no matter how horrifying, is starting to come out. There's a sense now that this isn't just about Diddy. It's about everyone who knew, who stayed silent, who benefited, and who enabled it. This is a story of power, control, and corruption. But more importantly, it's about the people who suffered under it, who were silenced, and who are finally being heard. So don't look away. Stay locked in. Because if these walls could talk, they'd tell you we're just getting started. And if you want every update as it drops, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single twist.